If you are using Google Classroom this year, here are 3 settings you need to know. First is a security setting. You want to make sure that the Google Meet link is not visible to students. To do this, go to one of your Google Classroom classes, click on the Settings button at the top, scroll down to the General section, and you will find your Meet options. So right now, my Meet link is visible to my students. I want to disable this because I don't want students to be able to go into a Google Meet without me being there. So I'm going to save that setting and you're all set. Now when students go to their classwork, they do not see that Google Meet link, which would show up right here. The second setting is really important when assigning work to students. And the 3 options that are available are often confused. So let's take a look. So right now I'm in an assignment and I have just put a blank Google Slides in here so we can see how these options show up. The first option here is students can view the file. This would be sent out if you only want the students to be able to see the document that you sent and not be able to edit it. So this would be really great for just things that they need to use as reference. They don't need to edit on it. They just need to be able to see the information. The second option is students can edit the file. If I were to select this and assign this to students, all students would be editing on this same exact document. So if we were to click in there, we would see a bunch of students editing on this same document, collaborating at the same time. So only one document. That's the key part here. One document. All students editing at the same time. This is really great for collaboration, but if you want all students to receive their own copy and everybody gets to individualize their own work and submit their own work for that, you're going to select Make a Copy for each student. When you select Make a Copy for each student, every student is getting their own copy, so they get to do their own work. It's like in school when we pass out individual worksheets. This is the same thing. Every student gets their own copy of the worksheet or the presentation or whatever material you are handing out, and they get to edit their own. This is very different from students can edit the file. Students can edit the file, remembering that if we were to send that out, one file would be sent out to every student, the same one, and they all would be able to edit on that same document. Whereas Make a Copy for each student, everybody is going to get their own and they're all going to get to turn in their own work. So most often you're probably using Make a Copy for each student. But remembering that students can edit the file is great for collaboration. And when you just need them to be able to see the resource that you're sending out, choose Students Can View the File. The third setting is actually in your Google Drive. And what we want to do here is go to our Settings in Drive and click on Convert Uploaded Files to Google Docs Editor Format. When you check that box and you bring in a Microsoft Word document, it is going to automatically convert it to a Google Docs. Here's what it will look like. I'm going to drag a Microsoft Word document into my Drive, and Google will automatically change it from a Word document, notice the symbol, to a Google document. Why is that important, you may be wondering? Well, when you assign work in Google Classroom, if it's already in the Google Docs format, when students send it back, it will already be attached to that assignment. So they won't have to reattach another document. They're just able to do their work and press Submit. If it were sent out in a Microsoft Word document, students could still edit it in Docs, that's fine. They would just have to reattach that file that they edited on. So to be a little more streamlined and a little less headache for your students, you're going to want to check this box and make sure that you're assigning worksheets and any other materials using Google Sheets or Google Docs or Google Slides versus a Microsoft version. Just makes it more seamless for you, the students, and everyone trying to get their work done. So those are the settings that I probably get the most questions about in Google Classroom. Teachers want to make sure that their students cannot be meeting in a Google Meet without them, without the class. That was our first setting we talked about. The second one, how do I assign work and make sure that everybody gets their own individual worksheet? Or how do I collaborate with my whole class? Or how do I get just a few students together to collaborate on one sheet if we did group work? And then that third setting, making the conversion from, say, Microsoft Word to Google Docs, so that is more seamless for parents, students, and us. Those are my 3 tips. If you feel you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. Please leave your comments and questions in the comments below, and have a great school year.